Hello YouTube, Dogfoot9 here, and welcome to another episode of the Arsenal career mode. Sorry then, my mouth just didn't want to form words. But anyway, we're looking for a striker today because it is the transfer window in January, and I'm trying to pick up Daniel Welbeck, as you saw there. And I wanted to trade him for Bentner, but I soon came to realise no one wanted Bentner, and they wanted like loads of money for their striker as well as Bentner. So when I'm buying a player to replace Bentner, I'm gonna have to like kind of pay a bit of money. I'm probably gonna not buy like a star striker because I'm thinking about using Oliver Giroud to buy him a star striker. I don't know who I'm gonna buy yet or who I want to target, but it's gonna be someone big and someone probably younger than him, and probably someone who's probably gonna be better than him, like maybe a bit faster and probably have a better dribbling. Heading, I'm not too bothered about because Royce doesn't have the best heading in the world, and he can still score some goals with his head. So I want my player to be a bit like Royce in that way, but I want someone maybe who's got a left foot or something like that, because Royce can play on the left mid as well, so he can play pretty much anywhere Royce. So I want someone who I can just categorically say he's a striker, and whenever I need a striker I can just put him straight in there. So the team like kind of, so I don't need to like move the team around for him. Now getting into this first game against Blackpool, I was using quite a young squad because it is my FA Cup, so I didn't expect to really need too much like firepower, but Blackpool, they were an alright team, so I had to watch them, and they were being quite threatening early on, and this was an absolutely brilliant goal from them. They get the ball here just inside their own half, and we tackle the ball back, but we get it back with, I think it's Broadfoot, I can't see the names really very well, but Osborne here, I know Osborne because I remember him fouling one of my players in this game. We tried to tackle him there, and then Angel Martinez manages to get it over Chesney and score a brilliant volleyed goal. I don't think he even took a touch then. Then Markovic, he's doing a couple of nice chops to get back inside. Oxlade-Chamberlain passes it into Jenkinson, and Jenkinson fires that home and scores another goal, our first goal of the game, and that's quite good because we're now back into it. And so we just need to score another goal and then we'll be fine. And then a beautiful ball through to Ramsey, just gets cut off a bit there. He nearly catches up with it, but unfortunately he can't, and as you can see that Osborne's fouled one of my players. And Gnabry, he gets on the ball here, and a bit of trickery, and a brilliant through ball into Flamini, and Flamini's just going to slot that around the keeper. I did bring him on a bit later on in the game, so I wanted someone to help me in midfield, so like set up some good moves for us, and he actually went and scored a goal himself, which is quite good. And he's quite fast, Flamini, I actually noticed once he gets going, so that's quite good as well. Now we're getting into the later parts of the second half here, and a nice back, I think it was back heel there, and passed it through to Gnabry. Gnabry turns to defender and shoots and scores into a similar place of Jenkinson, in a similar place that Jenkinson scored, but this time it was more like, it was a bit of a harder angle, but both goals were absolutely brilliant. All goals were absolutely brilliant, I'd say, because they all seemed to be really well worked, and that makes us, gets us through into the next round of the FA Cup. So we're in pretty far into the Capital One Cup. We've got a game against Norwich next, but before that we've got some transfer stuff to go through. I was looking at Elm because he's a centre defensive midfielder. As you can see there, he's got some brilliant stats. His stamina, that's always something you want to see, because you really have to prioritise what players you want to bring on, what players you want to bring off in FIFA, obviously, because if their fitness is low, then it's kind of a bit of a worry, because you don't want them to get injured. So having someone with really high stamina is quite good for the team, because it's just brilliant, because it doesn't mean you've got to sub them off. It doesn't mean that they're gonna get injured either. So it's like kind of protecting them a bit more stamina. And then I went to go and try and buy Abel Hernandez, because I remember from FIFA 12 and FIFA 13, sorry. He was really, really good. He's quite fast, and he's also quite tall, and I think he might have been downgraded in this game a bit, but I still wanted to use him because he's quite a young striker, and I reckon I could grow him at least into the 80s if I play him enough. I'm not going to play him obviously as my starting striker because I've got Oliver Giroud and Royce at the moment. I might change Giroud though, still don't know, but obviously he's probably going to be playing a bit of a role like Markovic, coming on as a super sub. I might start playing Markovic on the left if I can't get him like enough game time as a striker. But yeah, he's been playing quite well as a striker, so I don't know. I don't know what I'll do, but I'm probably going to definitely try and sign him at the end of this season, just as long as I've got enough money. So, just sorting out the squad here. I'm looking through, obviously Calvin, he was one of my summer signings, he's been playing quite well, sort of like a role of setting up players, getting assists, things like that when he has been playing. But obviously, he's not the best right wing. I've got Walcott and Oxlade-Chamberlain, who are both better than him. I've also got Mayachi as well, who's quite good. And Nabry, he's got a couple more seasons of growing to do, but I reckon he'll definitely be up there one day as one of my best wingers, because he's growing quite a bit at the moment, and he seems to be improving. So getting into this game against Norwich, I really wanted to win this, so I put out a really strong team, because I went onto a calendar and I noticed I've got some quite hard games in the future after this one, so I wanted to kind of put this one away, so in the second leg I wouldn't have to worry. And that is Jack Wilshere. I thought I was Royce then, but Jack Wilshere, just showing his dominance. I think he was in the centre attacking midfield position I played in this game. I think it was anyway. But Flamini here, closing down his man, gets the ball back, passes it into Wilshere, and Wilshere passes it into Royce. He gets around Basong trying to hold him back, but Royce is just too quick, and he puts it into the corner. And that's our second goal of the game. I think that's his 10th goal in all competitions, that is, for Marco Royce, so that's good. And then I think let's just get into the second half of it, and this is when we started to really pick up some steam and just roll over Norwich, because they were just starting to get a bit tired, they were starting to lose focus a bit, and Diaby can just get straight past our defender and just slot it home. It wasn't really the best shot ever, but Ruddy couldn't really do much about it because it hit the post and went in, so I felt a bit sorry for Ruddy there, but still it's a goal and we're going to take it. Now getting into 60th minute, I think I was into, just past it, but Podolski, he's on the wing, Jack Wilshere crosses it in, and Jack Wilshere finds Marco Royce, and he scores a brilliant headed goal for us, and that's his 11th goal. If he can score one more, it'd be brilliant, but I don't know whether he will or not. And then Jerome Boateng, thought he'd have a smash himself. If Diaby can do it, he can do it, and he doesn't head it, he just finds himself in a bit of space and whacks it into a corner. Now this is the last goal of the game here, and this kind of summed up what Norwich were feeling like. They were a bit, disheartened, a bit frustrated, and Thomas Rosicky could just get straight past their two centre-backs and score for us. So anyway guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, also subscribe for more FIFA 14 and Battlefield 4, and until next time guys, I'll see you later. Bye.